Did you know that the average American consumes over 77 grams of sugar per day? That's almost triple the recommended amount. It's easy to see how we've developed a bit of a sugar addiction. But here's the thing. What you might not realize is just how much this excess sugar could be affecting your health. We're not just talking about empty calories and the occasional sugar rush. We're talking about the long-term effects of sugar overload on your body. From your energy levels to your risk of serious health conditions, it's time to get real about sugar and understand the impact it has on our bodies. In this video, we're diving deep into the warning signs of excessive sugar consumption and giving you the knowledge to take control of your health. Let's get started. One of the most obvious signs of excessive sugar intake is weight gain, particularly around the midsection. This is because sugar, when consumed in large amounts, is converted into fat by the liver and stored in the abdominal area. When you consume too much sugar, your body stores the excess as fat, leading to those unwanted pounds. This can be especially concerning because abdominal fat is linked to a higher risk of heart disease and other health issues. But it's not just about the numbers on the scale. The impact of sugar goes far beyond just weight gain. High sugar intake is also linked to a higher risk of insulin resistance, which can lead to type 2 diabetes. Insulin resistance means your body's cells don't respond well to insulin, making it harder to regulate blood sugar levels, and it doesn't stop there. The effects of sugar on your body can be far-reaching and insidious. Excess sugar can also wreak havoc on your energy levels. Initially, you might feel a burst of energy, but this is often followed by a sharp decline, leaving you feeling more tired than before. You might experience those familiar sugar highs and crashes, leaving you feeling sluggish and depleted throughout the day. This cycle can affect your productivity and overall well-being. Remember, it's not just about cutting out sugary drinks and desserts. Sugar is often hidden in foods you might not expect. Sugar hides in many processed foods, from sauces to bread, making it even more important to read labels carefully. Even foods marketed as healthy can contain high amounts of added sugars. We'll delve deeper into those hidden sugars in just a bit. But first, let's talk about another common sign of sugar overload: constant cravings. These cravings can make it difficult to maintain a balanced diet. If you find yourself constantly reaching for sugary snacks and drinks, it's a sign that your body might be stuck in a cycle of sugar dependence. This dependence can lead to overeating and further health complications. Now let's talk about those sneaky sugars lurking in your pantry. You might think you know where sugar hides, but it can be more elusive than you realize. You might be surprised to learn that sugar goes by many names, making it tricky to spot on food labels. It's not just the obvious sugar you need to watch out for. Look out for terms like high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, maltose, and anything ending in ose. These are all just fancy names for sugar, and they can be found in a wide range of products. These are all just fancy names for sugar. They might sound scientific or harmless, but they all contribute to your daily sugar intake. Don't be fooled by health halos either. Just because a product says low-fat or sugar-free doesn't mean it's healthy. Often, these products compensate for reduced fat or sugar with other unhealthy ingredients. For example, sugar-free items might contain artificial sweeteners, which can have their own health risks. Always check the nutrition label and pay attention to the grams of sugar per serving. It's important to be aware of how much sugar you're consuming, even in foods that don't taste particularly sweet. And remember, the recommended daily intake for sugar is around 25 grams for women and 36 grams for men. This includes all sources of sugar, not just the obvious ones. So, how can you avoid these hidden sugars? One of the best strategies is to focus on whole, unprocessed foods. These foods are naturally low in sugar and high in nutrients. Opt for whole, unprocessed foods as much as possible. Fresh fruits and vegetables, for example, are excellent choices because they provide essential vitamins and minerals without added sugars. Fruits, vegetables, lean protein, and whole grains should be the foundation of your diet. These foods not only help you avoid hidden sugars, but also support overall health and well-being. And when you do choose packaged foods, read the labels carefully and choose options with the lowest sugar content. Being an informed consumer can make a big difference in your sugar intake and your health. Chapter 3, My Sugar-Free Experiment, a doctor's perspective. I'll admit I used to have a bit of a sweet tooth myself. Desserts were my guilty pleasure, and I often found it hard to resist a slice of cake or a scoop of ice cream after dinner. As a doctor, I knew the science behind sugar, the way it spikes insulin levels and contributes to various health issues. But it wasn't until I experienced the effects of reducing my own sugar intake that I truly understood its impact. The knowledge I had from textbooks and studies suddenly became very personal. I decided to challenge myself to a sugar-free experiment for a month. I wanted to see firsthand what changes, if any, would occur in my body and mind. I documented everything meticulously, from my daily meals to my energy levels and mood swings. I cut out all added sugars from sugary drinks to desserts and focused on whole, unprocessed foods. This meant a lot of meal prepping and careful planning. I stocked up on fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. I even started reading labels more carefully to avoid hidden sugars. The first few days were tough, I'm not going to lie. My body was so used to that quick sugar fix that it felt like I was depriving it of something essential. I experienced cravings and even some withdrawal symptoms like headaches and fatigue. It was a real struggle to push through those initial days. I found myself constantly thinking about sugary snacks and desserts, but after the initial hump, something amazing happened. My energy levels skyrocketed. I no longer felt the afternoon slump that used to hit me like clockwork. Instead, I felt a steady stream of energy throughout the day. I felt more focused and alert throughout the day. Tasks that used to feel tedious and draining became more manageable. My concentration improved, and I found myself being more productive at work. My cravings for sugar subsided, and I found myself naturally gravitating towards healthier food choices. Fruits started tasting sweeter, and I began to appreciate the natural flavors of whole foods. But the most surprising change was in my sleep. I had always considered myself a light sleeper, often waking up multiple times during the night. I started sleeping more soundly and waking up feeling refreshed. It was incredible. I hadn't realized how much sugar was affecting my sleep quality until I removed it from my diet. This experience was a real eye-opener for me. It made me rethink my approach to nutrition and the advice I give to my patients. It showed me that even small changes in our diets can have a profound impact on our health and well-being. The benefits I experienced were so significant that I decided to continue with a low-sugar lifestyle even after the experiment ended. I now advocate for reducing sugar intake not just as a doctor, but as someone who has experienced its transformative effects firsthand. Chapter 4. Recapping the sugar signs. Are you at risk? Let's recap those warning signs of excessive sugar intake. We talked about unexplained weight gain, especially around the midsection. We discussed the link between high sugar intake and an increased risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. We also explored the energy roller coaster that sugar can create, leaving you feeling drained and reaching for more sugary pick-me-ups. And we delved into the world of hidden sugars, learning how to decipher food labels and make healthier choices. Remember, it's not about being perfect or eliminating sugar entirely. It's about being mindful of your intake and making gradual changes to your diet. Small changes can lead to big results over time. Chapter 5. Take control of your health. Join the conversation. Now I want to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these warning signs in your own life? What steps are you taking to reduce your sugar intake? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's create a supportive community where we can learn from each other and work towards a healthier lifestyle. And if you're ready to dive deeper into healthy eating habits and discover delicious sugar-free alternatives, be sure to check out my next video. I'll be sharing my favorite tips and tricks for curbing sugar cravings and making sustainable changes to your diet. Guys, I can't stress enough how important it is to be mindful of your sugar intake every single day. It's not about being perfect, but about making conscious choices that support your overall health. Remember, small changes can make a big difference over time, so start today. Start by reading those labels, opting for whole foods, and listening to your body's needs. If you're struggling with sugar cravings or need help making healthier choices, don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare professional for guidance. We're here to help you live your healthiest and happiest life.